What is going down, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for my reflection on the Manchester City game. This is a new series I want to start on the channel. Basically, every Monday after a game at the weekend, I want to be reflecting on what we've seen at the weekend, because obviously I throw out loads of content on the match day, but that is always very heat of the moment stuff. And, you know, when you have time to think about it, your reflection changes and your opinion changes. But before we get into anything, new lights, so hopefully I'm a bit more well illuminated, and new microphone, which hopefully means I sound a bit better. Hopefully. Reinvesting a bit of cash is always good. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So first of all, let's start from the very beginning. Alex Neil, what fantastic tactics we saw at the weekend with that 5 at the back and 2 sitting just in front. It was very defensive, but who cares? It worked for a lot of the game, like longer than any of us expected to. And the Malumbu and Tete partnership in front of the defence worked wonders, and that's something I really want to be seeing a lot more this season, because I thought Malumbu, minus the passing, but I think that was just because of a lack of match time coming back from injury. I thought he was absolutely exceptional and provided that cover to the defence that we so desperately needed. Tete was great also, and yeah, I thought that worked really nicely. Even Robbie Brady at right back, you know, no one expected him to put in a great shift, but it just shows that the calibre of player that Robbie Brady is, that he could fit in at right back and do a fantastic job. And I really liked him there, actually, because it meant he could cut in on his left and pose some real threats, which was really nice to see. Johnny Howson back to his best. I thought he had one of his, probably the best game, his best game of this season. I thought he's been off the boil a bit slightly this season, because he's been shifted out on the right a bit. He played out on the right-hand side on Saturday, but I thought he worked really hard and created problems for Manchester City, and also dropped back a bit. But when Redmond came on, he gave the whole team a bit more of an excitement, and going forwards, he was just so good. I love Nathan Redmond. I think he's been superb for the past, 6-7 months now. Fantastic at the tail end of last season, fantastic this season. Really coming into his own now, and he proved how much of an asset he is to this team, because he came on and just completely changed the way we played, and the style we played with, and the amount of the quickness we went forward with. He was just brilliant, Nathan Redmond, at the weekend. Cameron Jerome, I thought, was absolutely excellent. Considering the job he had on his hands, he'd done it so well. I think he'd done it better than Mbakani would have done. Him and Mbakani are different players, but I haven't been that impressed with Jerome this season. But I thought he was absolutely wonderful at the weekend. Really did battle hard up front and got his goal. Admittedly, anyone could have scored it, but you know, he deserved that goal. He worked so hard and was playing through the last 20 minutes with an injury. So absolutely fantastic stuff from Cameron Jerome, and hopefully him getting a goal, you know, we might see a few more from him this season, which is really great to see. But now let's get on to the negatives. I've got the positives out of the way. Admittedly, decent for 70 minutes, but we still lost the game. And at the end of the day, it could have been 6-0. It was 2-1. It's the same. You get the same amount of points at the end of the day. I know that's a bit ruthless, but at the end of the day, we're not going to be staying up this season through performance levels. We have to start getting results. I don't care how we get them. We just need to get them. I don't care if we win 1-0 against Swansea at the weekend and it's a 94th minute winner off Lewis Graben's arse. I just want 3 points, because I've forgotten what winning feels like. And I think that's a mentality issue. We just switched off. We defended so well for 66 minutes of the game, and to give away such a sloppy... Oh, it was horrible, that Otamendi header. Admittedly, it was a fantastic header, but we shouldn't be letting Otamendi get in that space. We defended so well, so organised, and then an absolute brain fart, and we're suddenly 1-0 down. Absolutely pathetic excuse of defending a corner, that was, and a pathetic excuse of bloody trying to attack corners. Our set pieces this season have been woeful. We need to start working on them, because I'm sick and tired of watching our corners not beat the first man and us not picking up our markers from when we're trying to defend it. It's not difficult. Just pick your man up and stay with him. Whew. Bit of a rant. The next bit. It seems that Alex Neil knows what he's doing, but what are the players doing? What is John Ruddy doing in that last... Oh my word. That's why I was so broken coming out of the Etihad. That was why I was so emotional, because we fought so hard to get back into the game. 90 minutes of really hard work and then just chucked it away because John Ruddy was inept at catching the ball and then clearing the ball and then not being able to save the penalty. I'm not saying goalkeepers are expected to save penalties, but when you get that close to it, you should be saving it. It was a crap penalty and he's gone the right way. That should be saved in my opinion. For me, John Ruddy has to be dropped. I love John Ruddy. I think he's a fantastic keeper, but I was watching a highlights package that somebody put together of John Ruddy's best bits throughout the 2011-2012 season, and he was so much better then. Like, so much better. He was flexible. He was so commanding. He shouted a lot. He's lost all of that now. He doesn't come for catches. He made one punch at the weekend, and I went to Chris. That's the old John Ruddy. That's the John Ruddy who could actually command his box and lead his players by example. He was crap at the weekend once again. And Declan Rudd is 24 years old. He's no youngster anymore. He's played a lot of football at Preston and the under-21s, and every single game I've watched him in, he's looked superb. Obviously, we're throwing him in the deep end at a bit, but we've got to give him a chance for me. I mean, John Ruddy isn't going to get worse than what we saw him at the weekend. For me, chuck Declan Rudd in there, see how he does, let John Ruddy have a rest, and then we go from there. But in general, a really positive performance at the weekend. But as I said, performances aren't going to keep us up this season. It's going to be results that do that. And I just hope we've got enough and we learn from these mistakes to start getting some results. Because if we beat Swansea, then you travel into Chelsea feeling confident. You might pick something up from them, and then you've got Arsenal at home, you know. So everything turns with this weekend's game. If you lose to Swansea, you then got Chelsea and Arsenal where you're not too confident. So it could be like 9 games that I win at that point. Massive game coming up this Saturday. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this reflection. Let me know if you want to see more of them. Let me know how the new setup looks. I'm pretty happy with it. I am going to be tweaking it a bit, but I'm just waiting for a few different things to arrive. But yeah, thanks ever so much. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers now. So, you know, happy days. Thanks for watching and see you later.